Before this week's Power Half Hour gets started, we must tell you that there is graphic wrestling action on this episode and there will be blood. Parental advisory is suggested. Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to another Power Half Hour of Southern States Wrestling. I'm your host, Dakota Booth. In this week's episode, we're going to take a look at a match between Misty James and Rebecca Lynn from Hillsville, Virginia last week. Also, we're getting even more pumped up and excited for our September 27th event at the Kingsport Auditorium, and in doing so, we're going to be taking a look at a classic match from one of the East Tennessee Wrestling Hall of Fame inductees, Dirty White Boy. And speaking of that event, September 27th at the Kingsport Auditorium, we're going to be taking a look at a few of the matches from one of the biggest feuds in Southern States wrestling history. King of Kingsport Bo James and Frank the Tank Parker. It has been signed and confirmed that they will be having a Tennessee chain match at the Kingsport Auditorium September 27th to settle the score between Southern States Wrestling's biggest feud ever. So right now we're going to take a look at a few of those matches, and I must warn you, there is graphic content in these following images.
James, wow, blood all over his face now, actually about to run down on his neck. Frank Parker choking him over there in the corner. Frank Parker's got to have it in his mind. He's got to get his shoulders down for a 3 count at some point in time.
Yeah. I was just sitting here thinking, Michael, Bo James has probably donated about 15 gallons of blood right here inside this building, All the blood that's flowed, all the tears that have been spilled, all the pain, blues, and agonies have been dished out over the years. Bo James is back on his feet, vertical base. He just caught Parker with a hard mule kick right there, and a second one as Bo James is coming back to life here. Parker once again gets caught with another mule kick by handsome Bo James, the king of Kingsport. He's back on his feet. He's stunned, he's staggered, but he's fighting, and he just caught Frank Parker with a hard right hand right there, Michael.
That's pure emotion that's coming out of Bo James. You can see when he caught him with that right hand, Bo was staggering and almost went to the canvas himself. But now, fist of fire over there and pounding away. And look at this now. Clawing away at the forehead of Frank Parker himself.
Bo James is getting vicious here. He realizes he's in a fight, and he better fight with everything he's got.
Absolutely. Hey, look at this. Frank Parker's got a little bit of, he's been opened up right there on the forehead. Bo James, little fight fire with fire, I guess you could say. Now look at James McCone. He's on the outside. Doesn't like what he sees at all. I love to see a worried look on that guy's face. It just does my heart a lot of good.
Well, he's such a kind, caring individual. I'll tell you what, McCone, he better watch his step. Better keep way out of the way of this contest. Bo James with a series of shots right there on Frank Parker. In for cover. Referee's in. We got one. We've got two. And Parker was able to roll that shoulder up just in the nick of time. Both men, you could tell, you could see their movement, how this match has taken its toll on them, and the loss of the blood will continue to take a toll on them.
Absolutely. That's zapping a lot of energy out of both these guys. Bo James now, he's gearing up for something probably spectacular coming out of this corner, but he's waiting on Frank Parker. Look at those rubber legs of Frank Parker. What a clothesline. I'm telling you, Bo James got a lot of power inside that body. Hits the ropes now and going to connect with, how about a big elbow drop? Look at this now,
James
James
another referee
McCone.
out here if possible. If you can hear us in the back, we need another referee out here.
Jeremy McKenzie took a terrible blow to the back of the head. Frank Parker now, well, look at this now.
He's got that chain, Michael.
He's still got it wrapped around even though he can't hardly stand. Oh, did you hear the thud to the back of the head? There's a pop, and not a very nasty sounding pop. And that was that chain on the back of Bo James' head. Oh, wait, come on.
Oh, don't let it end this way. Come on. There's two.
Oh,
He kicked out.
2 count. Bo James somehow or another raised that left shoulder up. And look at James McCone. He's trying to come back in the ring.
Extremities.
Oh, very lower. Wait a minute.
got a
Here comes
cover in
Dan
here.
Costa again. What is he doing? He's kind of standing guard, I guess. This is the second time we've seen him interfere in this match. Referee Jeremy McKenzie, he's making a movement every now and then. Frank Parker's out. He has no idea where he's at.
Yeah,
Well,
Parker's working on
He's
instinct.
connecting now, but
Here comes the powerhouse Ray Idle to try to put a stop to this situation. Idle right there just nailed Parker, and he nails Costa as well with a big spinning kick. As thank God Ray Idle came out here and put an end to this situation. Costa's on his way out back to the dressing room.
that's right. Costa's gone. James McCone. Well, referee Jeremy McKenzie, he's calling for the bell. I don't know what the decision is.
He's back over in the corner. He's trying to pull himself up on the ropes gradually. Oh, he caught Parker right there with a headbutt. And a second headbutt right to the cranium. Bo is doing his best to stay on his feet, stay in this match. Parker is stunned and staggered. He's in a lot of trouble here. Both of these guys know how much is on the line, as both men are just rocking at the moment. Oh! Bo James caught him with a kick right there, Mike Sutherland, but he can't follow it up. He can't pin him.
Frank Parker has got blood on his chest. He's got blood on his forehead. It's not his. It came straight from Bo James as he was using his head as a weapon in this contest. I don't know that that's a smart maneuver or not from someone that's got 2 or 3 deep lacerations on the forehead, but maybe it's the only thing he could come up with at that point in time. You see James McCone hollering at Frank Parker, says, get up, because he's going to beat you to your feet. And yes, I believe he has. Look at Bo James. He's trying to find some strength from deep down inside and caught him with a chop. And again, look at this. Frank Parker catches a boot right to the midsection and a big right hand, and there goes. Well, Jake Booth, I'm going to tell you, he took 310 pounds right across the face right there. Here comes the equalizer crunch.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, Garvin got him. Oh, here comes
Ron Garvin!
Yeah.
Down goes Scott Sterling as well. Well, that didn't work, James McCone. Ron Garvin doing exactly what he is supposed to do, and he puts both of them down. I don't know what Crunch has to do out here. Here comes James McCone in the ring, and he hit Bo James right between the shoulder blades, but it didn't do any good. I believe that just made him a little mad, and I can't wait for this.
I hope Bo cleans his clock.
I'm going to sit back and watch this, Joe.
He's got him. Yeah, here we go. Bo James now opening up. Bo James McCone. Series of hard shots. There's the right hand. As Ronnie Garvin is taking care of business outside on the floor, he's got Crunch and Scott Sterling down. As Bo is just laying them in on James McCone. Series.
Bo has been waiting on this for months and maybe a couple of years, and to be honest with you, so have I. I think this is absolutely wonderful. Hello, James McCone. He got it rolled up in a schoolboy. 1, 2, and we got a new champion. We've got a new Southern States Wrestling heavyweight champion in the King of Kingsport, handsome Bo James. He has just defeated Frank the Tank Parker right here in Mount Carmel at WrestleFest. Folks, we have seen history in the making. The fans are coming towards Bo James. They love what they just saw. Frank Parker's victory.
The sport of wrestling, but what Frank Parker did to Misty James, he deserves every shot that he gets with that bullwhip. He deserves every strapping he gets with that bullwhip. He deserves everything he gets here tonight. To come out and attack Misty in such a manner, throwing her up into the apron of the ring, putting her in the full Nelson the way he did. And I've watched and called matches of Frank Parker's for 20 years. And I don't think I've ever seen Frank stoop so low as what he did right there. And Bo James is paying him back. And look at that blood flowing out of his head, Randy.
Now, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, may stop this due to blood. He's checking. He's looking back toward us. He is making sure, to how far that he's going to let it go. Now, Parker and Bo James, they have bad feelings between the two going back 20 years, too, also.
Oh, yeah.
And but as bad as it's been, there's nothing like a man that's defending his woman, and that's what's going to happen. Like you said, it was despicable, it was terrible, and Bo James is as rough and tough and as mean right here tonight. And Frank is in a lot of trouble. This is not pretty, folks.
No, this is definitely not a pretty match by any means, as it's bloody, it's graphic. Bo James ripping at the ear, Frank Parker, and I tell you, I saw an intensity earlier tonight in Bo James that I haven't seen in years. And Scott Sterling got him one right there for sticking his nose in it as well. Misty's coming around. Misty's got a baseball bat. Oh, yeah. Misty going to work with that ball bat. She is wailing on Scott Sterling with that baseball bat as Frank Parker is crawling trying to get away from Bo James.
Way to go, Misty. Hit him again. Bo is all over Frank. Frank is busted open. There may be a situation where Valiant stops it because of blood. And, he's been checking, and Bo is all over him. And here comes Misty again and nails him with that bat. One more and right to the backside.
I think Misty's having a good time over there dishing out some punishment on old Scott Sterling as well. He deserves every shot he takes as well. Frank Parker, he's on rubber leg street, as they say, rocking and rolling here. And Bo James, he's starting to fire in those fists. Here's a right.
When we come back, we're going to hear from Frank Parker and Scott Sterling and see a throwback classic match from the Dirty White Boy. Stay tuned, wrestling fans.
My name is Tim Young, and this is my marketing firm. We represent clients all over the globe. And like the king of Kingsport, I'm the king of marketing. So if you need anything, web design, social media, commercials, advertising, creative, jingles, I'll write a jingle right now to show you how good I am. It'll be in the next commercial. Tim Young's unnamed marketing firm. You need us.
With the economy changing almost daily and not always for the best, let Hassie'sKitchenTable.com keep your food budget under control. Leave the work up to us as we find inexpensive recipes, cooking, and shopping tips. You will soon have all the tips, ideas, recipes you need to feed your family well on a budget and have fun while doing it.
If you are part of a non-profit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
You know, Frankie, as we just got through beating the hell out of the so-called U.S. Tag Team Champions, now it's time to focus. It's time to focus on September the 27th, Kingsport Civic Auditorium, where history has been made over the years. Frank and myself are coming up to get some of our biggest challenges. Jake Booth, I'm coming to take that Southern States TV title away from you, put it around my waist where it's supposed to be. And then that night in the main event, Big Frank is coming to finish off and destroy Bo James one time and one time only. That's all it's going to take. Frank, you got him in the ring. Let's put an end to him.
September 27th, the Civic Auditorium in Kingsport, Tennessee. The Southern States Wrestling return. Bo James, you have been chasing after me for how many months? How many years? You haven't got the job done yet. Now, September 27th, you're reaching in your bag of tricks and pulling out yet another surprise. A chain match. One of the most violent matches in all of wrestling. Well, Bo James, violence is my middle name. Violence is what me and Scott Sterling breathe up, feed on. September 27th, Bo James, Russian chain match, any kind of chain match. I'm coming for you, and I'm putting an end to you once and for all.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. You just heard from Frank Parker and Scott Sterling. Next week, Bo James and Jake Booth will give their rebuttal right back. To be sure that you don't miss out on any of the action that's going to be going down in the Kingsport Civic Auditorium on September 27th, go pick up your VIP tickets now during business hours at Evermore Comics on Eastman Road or anytime at kingofkingsport.com. Now, a big part of that September 27th event is going to be the East Tennessee Wrestling Hall of Fame inductions. Right now, we're going to take a look at a throwback match from one of this year's inductees, the Dirty White Boy.
It's a one-fall match, 10 minutes the overall time limit. Back on the ropes. Tim Hall had him back there. Dirty White Boy said he was pulling my hair. I don't think he was. But when Tim Hall broke cleanly back on the ropes, the Dirty White Boy nailed him. The Dirty White Boy. Well, I don't think I have to tell you. I think you know who the champion is. You are looking at him right in there right now, the Dirty White Boy.
Come here, boy.
He won the belt in a tournament. The belt had been held by Texas Dirt. Texas Dirt. That's not Dutch Mantell. That's Tim Hall, and don't forget the difference. Texas Dirt gave the belt to Dutch Mantell. But the promoters ruled, and of course correctly, that that's not allowed. The Texas Dirt was not going to defend the belt. Oh, look at this dirty white girl getting involved out here on the floor as Tim Hall was thrown out of the ring. Now the Dirty White Boy picks him up. Dirty White Boy picking up Tim Hall. A vicious knee lift.
Come here, boy. Come on, big man.
Off the ropes, the upper arm, and Tim Hall finds himself once again rolling on the mat. He has really been hammered time after time by the CWA champion. Count is 1, 2. Oh, at the count of 2, the Dirty White Boy says, wait a minute, don't count 3 yet. Little punishment here. like a football team running up the score. The dirty white boy continues to work on Tim Hall. Kind of a reverse clothesline. He caught him from behind. Here's a count of 2. This time he makes it stick for the 3 count. Dirty White Boy with the win. 2 minutes, 18 seconds, and it's all Dirty White Boy as he gets the win.
I want to remind you one more time to pick up your VIP tickets now for the September 27th event at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium during business hours at Evermore Comics on Eastman Road in Kingsport or anytime at kingofkingsport.com. Don't go away, because when we come back, we've got a ladies title match.
Is it on? Okay, in my last commercial, I said that I could make a jingle about it. Don't leave the room and we're filming. And you probably didn't think that I had an accordion, but I do. So I wanted to make a theme song for Southern States Wrestling. That'll be the jingle. The jingle is the theme song for Southern States Wrestling. We're gonna make it right now. This accordion. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
91 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont hielt man für UFOs.
Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. blast for children, wake for youth. Sunday night life for adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. children and youth activities. 3D Bible study for adults.
Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up. Welcome back, wrestling fans. The Southern States Wrestling cameras were in Hillsville, Virginia this past weekend to pick up some of the action. So right now, let's take a look at the ladies title match between Misty James and Rebecca Lynn.
Here we go. Ladies title match. Rebecca Lynn defending the Southern States Ladies Championship against the #1 contender, Misty James. Coming to you from Hillsville, Virginia, Carroll County Fair. Big crowd on hand here to see All-Star Wrestling with Southern States Wrestling stars here as Misty takes over and goes right after Rebecca Lynn's arm right here into a quick side headlock, reverse. Kind of lost her for a second, went for a roll-up, but Rebecca Lynn, the veteran that she is, right there at the ropes. And look at her hold on to the ropes. I believe she is afraid already, and we're only 30 seconds into the match. She is afraid that that championship may leave her right here today in Hillsville, Virginia. Misty and the referee talking over Rebecca going to the ropes the way she's holding on. Girl's going to lock up again. Misty goes in for a single leg, nice takedown there. Once again, the champion is on her back. And once again, she goes right to the ropes to get out of the hole. And holding on to the ropes. I don't know if Rebecca came to wrestle today or just hold on to the ropes and maybe run the clock out and keep her title on a draw. She's got some words for the referee there. And you can see the effects on her leg there for Misty and that half crab after she single leg took her down. Now the people getting behind Misty and Rebecca running. She's on her bicycle. They're going to lock up again. Nice go behind for Misty James. She's got a gut wrench on her trying to maneuver. Takes her down and into a front face lock. And once again, the challenger has the champion in trouble as we're just a few minutes into this match. And Rebecca Lynn is already having to think, how am I going to get out of this here today in Hillsville, Virginia? Well, Rebecca was able to get out of it. Comes out with a hammerlock on Misty James. Here are the people cheering for Misty, telling her, come on, get up. Misty trying to figure out how to get out of there. Here she's coming back to her feet. Oh, and a handful of hair from the champion. and now into a chin lock. You talk about a shortcut, that's one of the oldest shortcuts in the book, and Rebecca Lynn took it right there with a handful of hair to keep the advantage. Nice camera work from our cameraman getting in there close. People getting behind Misty, wanting her to get back up to her feet. Here she goes, big elbow. One another big elbow and another big handful of hair. Time restraints, we move ahead in action. Once again, Misty James with a nice single leg takedown. So far, the challenger has out-wrestled the champion, and the champion has had to go for all kinds of shortcuts, pulling the hair, going to the eyes, and going to the ropes. Half crab for Misty, and she is working on Rebecca's leg. Referee, now into a bow and arrow kind of hold. Referee Chris Manier is in there asking. The champion is not giving up, but she is in a lot of pain. Oh, my goodness, your body is not meant to bend like that. Misty is pulling with all she has. Rebecca trying to figure out how in the world am I going to get out of this. Handful of hair, another shortcut. The referee should not even count there. She had a handful of hair and looked like she went for Misty's tights. Misty back up, coming right at her. Oh! And then both the girls clotheslined each other right in the mouth. Misty back to her feet. Now they're starting a Pier 6 brawl. Two big forearms right there. Misty going to introduce Rebecca to the turnbuckle. Face first into the top turnbuckle. Some big shoulders right into the stomach. And a bill throw. Once again, the champion. Oh, we may have it right here. 2 count. Not quite a 2 count. 1 3/4. Misty James in complete control here so far. And there is another shortcut as Rebecca Lynn just stuck her thumb right in Misty James's eye. Now she's going to kick her. She has her in the corner. Now there's that choke, and we've seen that choke from Rebecca quite a few times in the last few months. Taking Misty out of the corner. Across the ring. Follows her in with a big clothesline, and Misty James is down. For the first time in the match, Rebecca Lynn, now that's a lazy cover. You're not going to get her that way. For the first time in the match, Rebecca Lynn seems to be in control. The champion is in control, but once again back to a chokehold. We have seen her use the ropes. We have seen her go to the eyes, pull the hairs, choke. She is breaking every rule that she can think of. People getting with Misty. Misty fires back on Rebecca. Fires back again. Another handful of hair, and then just a big broad arm right across the top of Misty's head. Another handful of hair. Her whole, big forearm right to the face. All of her offense today has revolved around pulling the hair. Misty is feeling the effects of not only the hair pulls. There it is again, another big handful of hair. She's going to throw Misty into the ropes. What's she going for here? Oh, a big elbow right to the sternum. Misty is down and in trouble, and Rebecca drops a big leg on her. Once again, a lazy cover. You're not going to beat a top contender with a pin like that. I don't know if she's just trying to showboat or what she's trying to do. Another handful of hair. Come on, referee. You got to get in there and do something about that. What? Misty blocks and goes to the top. Cross block, body block. Rebecca comes out of it. What is going on here? She got a handful of tights. She's got a handful of tights. Rebecca Lynn, with all the shortcuts and holding on to the tights, has stole another victory here and regains the Southern States Ladies Champion. Once again, your champion, Rebecca Lynn, but she had to cheat to do it, and Misty James is hot. She is arguing with the referee, trying to tell him she had hold of my tights. You hear the fans saying she had hold of the tights. Rebecca Lynn has stole one here in Hillsville, Virginia. She's leaving the champion, but you got to know Misty James is not done, and she's coming for more.
All throughout tonight's program, you've heard about September 27th at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium, but we don't want to leave out September 13th at Daniel Boone High School. We're having a fundraiser for the Daniel Boone High School Marching Band, so be sure to come out to that, show some support for your community and for the next generation. Next week here on the Power Half Hour Southern States Wrestling, we're going to take some more look at the Hall of Fame inductees. You're going to hear from Bo James and Jake Booth You're going to see some action from the Russell County Fair, and you're going to hear from your heavyweight champion, Kyle Cool. Same place, same time. See you next week.